just to give a little backstory to my situation, I probably ran past every red flag out there early on in my relationship. When I was in high school, I was severely overweight and didn't have any luck with girls, and then started to work in the professional world, lost weight doing a job,
Hmm.
um, and then met a single mom, got hooked up with her, got married to her. We've been married for the last 4 years, and
How
um,
many kids did she have when you met her?
just one.
Did you guys have any together?
No, no.
Yeah.
And we were trying the entire time and well before we even got married, but unfortunately, just nothing happening. I actually went and got tested, and I'm I'm fine. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. But right after we got married, she fell into this deep depression, or at least she claims that, and she became an alcoholic, and like to the point where she was storing uh, liquor bottles in her car. I didn't even know this. Um, and then she threw herself into a rehab. I kind of thought it was a cry for attention.
Hmm.
But when she came out, she was just this completely changed woman. Um, just very demanding, kind of very bossing me around. Didn't like me hanging out with friends. I was really starting to grow in my career.
Hmm.
I'm a building engineer, um, and but the love has died, and then she just basically says, "Oh, I'm unhappy. We're gonna file for divorce,"
Hmm.
and but right now we're both financially broken because she threw all of our finances into the drain. That was kind of
What does
my
she spend it
allowance.
all on?
Um, Honestly, I don't know. Clothes, makeup, things for the house, for the kid, for the dogs.
Did she
But
work or was she not working?
yeah, she works. She's full time. She works in the medical field.
So she spent her money and your money, and you have nothing to
Yep,
show for it except for some
nothing to
handbags
show
and some
for it.
makeup.
Exactly.
Okay, so what's the ask here? So you're getting divorced?
Getting divorced. Divorce gets finalized in about 2 months,
Hmm.
and basically, I'm just, you know, I've lost a bunch of weight in the last 2 years. Kind of dropped my weight by about 50 pounds. I've been able to maintain 195, 215
Hmm.
for the last 2 years. But other than that, I'm not really sure where to go. What to do exactly with all this information. I mean, there's endless information out there on the internet. It's easy to get lost in it, but just
How old
want
are you?
to. 32.
Okay, and what does your life look like in 3 years if you could paint a picture?
3 years. I hope to be in a manager position at my job. Right now, I'm a middle manager. Um, would hope to be looking at possibly buying some property,
Hmm.
making some bigger investments, and then really just being in shape. I don't
And you
want
were
to be
asking
in
about the
any kind
stuff
of
that you
long
were
term
consuming
relationship.
on the internet. So what sort of stuff are you consuming that you're questioning?
Um, I mean, I don't really question a lot of it. I think I consume smartly. I don't overindulge. I'm not looking at any of the red pill content creators like a messiah. Like everybody's going to have an answer to this.
Hmm.
I understand every man's journey is different, but it's hard to be in this mindset, and be able to see the flaws in the system and really not be able to do too much about it. You
Well, I
know,
mean, one of the things you asked, so I just want to back up because one of the things that you asked, you said something along the lines of, I want to know where to spend my time, consuming content or what content not to consume. So I just wanted to go back to that. So where did that come from? Like, what are you watching? Like, what are you consuming?
um, for the most part, I will watch YouTube, but I do a lot of educational stuff. Like I'll watch a lot of content that pertains to my work in
Hmm.
electrical engineering. I watch a little bit of the red pill content creators, watch some mechanics, doing some restoration stuff. But other than that, um, most of my time is spent at work or doing projects around the house. I do a lot of work on cars in my free
And
time.
okay, but what about like the stuff with women in your life? Because I mean, you made a bad choice once, right?
Yeah, I definitely did. I right now there's no real emphasis on spending time with women because I still live with my current wife
Mm.
until the divorce is finalized and
How old
we're
is she,
out of
by the
this
way?
house. She's the same age as me. She's
Are you going to be on
32
the
as
hook for
well.
support for her kid?
No, no,
So
she's
you got
she's
on
not
that.
she's not going after me for that. Thank God.
Okay, you're lucky there. Yeah, dude, just untie the knot. You know, get your head screwed on properly, right? And just don't expose yourself to problem women in the future. Um, I mean, a woman that's gonna be, I mean, like you said, she turned into an alcoholic and went all depressed, right?
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, if if you're a good dude, you're a solid dude, she's in your frame, why would she get depressed? Or like, why would she turn to alcohol? Like, why would she do things like that, right?
right. No, honestly, back then in the relationship, I kind of I found Rolo's blog about 2 months before my wedding.
Mhm.
Um, didn't find anything on YouTube. Didn't even know of any of you guys making content on YouTube, and just read through like for all the best of years, like all the way up until like basically my like the day of my wedding.
Mhm.
Um, and I tried not to let it leave a sour taste in my mouth because I saw myself in a lot of these articles and like basically how I was setting myself up for failure right
But you did it
before
anyway.
right before saying I do.
Mhm.
Um, and I
You're
had
glutton for
I
punishment.
had I had the worst gut
You
feeling when it happened.
you saw the building, it had slaughterhouse written on the front of it,
Yeah.
alright, and then it had, like, an entrance that said, "Hey, Justin, enter here."
Hmm.
Like, you knew exactly what you were walking into, but you walked into it anyway, right? So, now
Yeah.
you've, paid the price with some time and some money and some, some sanity. You probably have a little bit of bitterness, through the whole thing. Cool.
A little bit.
Now it's
But
time to be better, right? Now
yeah.
it's time to, you know, now that you can cut that anchor loose, run the sails up, let them fill it with wind, and then move on to your next passage and, sail on to, fairer waters, right? Like you're in a swamp, right? With this one, you're in a nasty ass moldy swamp, right? So
It's been murky the last couple of years.
yeah, so just get your ass out of there and sail on to the Caribbean where it's like Kool-Aid colored water and things are better and women are hot and pretty and they're nice to be around, right?
Yeah.
So don't rush into doing anything stupid like you did before. Like that should be the biggest lesson here is, a lot of guys will say something, along the lines of, how can Rich Cooper give you advice on women? He's divorced, blah, 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 blah. The very reason
I
that
was
I'm
gonna say
able
you
to
got the
dispense the
experience.
knowledge that I have is because I've made stupid mistakes in my life, right? I've made a number of them, right? So you just have to take it on the chin. There's a silver lining, move past it, and just become a better version of yourself. See what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I appreciate it.
All right.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, man. Take care.